Hello, Junior Church, and welcome to another Junior Church lesson via YouTube. Today, we're going to talk about Kwanzaa, but first, we're going to go over our 4 principles. I'm going to read our 4 principles, and I want you to remember them as we go through the lesson today, because see if you can relate any of these to what we talk about in Kwanzaa. So our 4 principles are: God is all there is. All thought is creative and influential. I think you'll find that one a lot in Kwanzaa. Everything is either a call for love or an expression of love, no exceptions. And you are whole, perfect, and complete exactly as you are right now. All right, let's learn about Kwanzaa. I found this great book called Let's Celebrate Kwanzaa, and it's written and illustrated by Ariel Phoenix. And I want to share some of the pictures with you as we talk about the 7 days of Kwanzaa. But first, let's go into the history of Kwanzaa just a little bit. What is Kwanzaa? Kwanzaa is a Pan-African holiday which celebrates family, community, and culture. It was created in 1966 by a man named Dr. Maulana Karenga. And although it was originally created for the African American community, Kwanzaa is now embraced and celebrated by Black people all around the world and serves as a reminder that we are all connected and we will always have a reason to celebrate and give thanks. It's derived from a Swahili phrase, and that phrase means fresh fruits of the harvest, or more simply, first fruits. And as you all know, I am not African American. I'm not a person of color, but I embrace and love all people. And I love to celebrate their cultures and their heritages. So I felt that it was very important for us to look at the celebration of Kwanzaa as part of our 5 December holiday series. So let's talk about each day. There's 7 days of Kwanzaa, and let's talk about each one individually, and then I'll kind of summarize it all in the end. So the first day is called Umoja, and it's a celebration of unity. It talks about family being a gift. There's the family that you're born into and the family that you choose. I have a wonderful family that I was born into and a wonderful family that I've married into, but I also have a family at CSA, like you all do too. Some of the fun things that you could do to celebrate that first day, and December 26th is the first day this year, you could write a poem on the theme of unity. Fun idea, right? This next day is called Kujichagalua. I had to ask Google to help me pronounce it because it looks like a big word, right? Kujichagalua, and I'm still having trouble with it. But you can ask Google to pronounce it for you. And it means self-determination. It's a key principle because if you know who you are, and other people, what they think of you, doesn't affect you. You can do what you know you need to do. So knowing who you are is really important. So self-determination is about character building and growing. We'll talk about some activities you could do on the second day in just a bit. Day 3 is Ujima, and it's about collective work and responsibility. And I'm going to read this story to you because to me, it's just a wonderful story. The story of Ubuntu really puts Ujima into perspective. and the two are closely related. One day, an anthropologist who was studying an African tribe decided to play a game with the children of the village. He gathered some sweets and put them all in a big basket and then called all of the children over. He explained the game to them. The first one who makes it to the sweet basket gets to keep them all. The children looked at each other and smiled as they took each other's hands and ran in unison towards the sweet basket. They all arrived at the same time and divided the sweets equally amongst each other. The anthropologist was shocked and asked the children why they had decided to run together instead of racing each other and winning all of the sweets. The children replied, "How could any one of us be happy when all of the others are sad?" I love that story. Day 4 is about cooperative economics. It's called Ujamaa. And it's to build our own businesses, control the economics of our own community, and share in all its work and wealth. Now, I will tell you that on the 21-day Racial Equity Challenge, many of us chose to go to stores and restaurants that were owned by Black people in order to support this cooperative economics. And I feel like that's still very important, especially in the pandemic when so many things are shutting down. We really want to support Black business. Day 5 is called Nia, and it's purpose. We all have a purpose during our journey of life. It could be 1 or 2 or as many as 5. So many options and ladders to climb, but ask as many questions you need to help you decide. So Nia is about purpose and about a day of thought and reflection. So think about some of the questions. What makes you happy? If you could do anything at this moment, what would you do? What makes you laugh the most? Where do you want to live? What do you look forward to when you wake up? Where do you want to travel to? If you were to open a shop, what would you sell? Who would you like to meet? And what makes you feel loved? All right, day 6 is called Kumbha, and it's about creativity. There are many wonderful ideas on here for creating creative activities you can do on day 6. You could make an African necklace with beads or painted pasta. You can do unity flag making various bits of red, black, and green cloth, or make using a colored card. You can write a song, you can bake and decorate Kwanzaa themed cookies, or write your own African inspired poetry and stories. Or you could create your own board game. That could be really fun too. And then on day 7, Imani. And the principle behind Imani is faith. To believe with all our heart in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our struggle. So this is faith in the culture, in the African American culture, in the Black culture. And it's important to remember that each and every one of our ancestors who fought vehemently through the struggle did so with a faith in a better future. And a good exercise they talk about in this book is to try to do a trust fall. And that's finding a grown-up who you really trust, and you stand up straight and put your arms down by your side, and you fall backward into their arms, knowing that they will catch you. So those are the 7 principles and the 7 days of Kwanzaa. So let's review them together. So Kwanzaa is a Pan-African holiday which celebrates family, community, and culture, and it was created in 1966 by Dr. Maulana Karenga. The word is derived from a Swahili phrase meaning first fruits of the harvest. And it's a 7-day celebration. Starts December 26th. This year it's on Saturday, December 26th, and goes through January 1st, which is a Friday. The first principle is umoja, which means unity. And during that day, you could write a poem about unity. The second day is kujichagulia, which means self-determination. And that's a good day to learn something new about African achievements. Day 3 is Ujima, it's collective work and responsibility. A good activity that day might be to find a friend or family member and work through a challenge together. Identify a problem and come up with solutions together. Day 4, which is December 29th, is Ujama, and the principle is cooperative economics. A good activity for that day could be think of an idea for a project you could start with your friends or family. Maybe you could even come up with a new business. I have a friend in Cape Cod who, it's not a business so much as a grassroots foundation. She started to deliver pillows and blankets and boots and coats to homeless people. So you could think of a project like that, but to start it with your friends or family. That's day 4. Day 5 is Ujama, that's purpose. And a good activity for that day could be to reflect on these questions, if you don't remember all of them, but think about a few. What makes you happy? What makes you laugh? What do you look forward to when you wake up? That may help you find your purpose, because you definitely have a purpose in this life. And December 31st, day 6, is called Nia, and that's creativity. And that day, you could make an African necklace with beads or painted pasta if you don't have any beads. Maybe your family has some pasta, and you could get some paints out and paint it and then string it up and wear it as a necklace. And you could celebrate Nia on December 31st. On January 1st, Kumba, and that principle is faith. And that's the day you could find a grown-up that you trust and try a trust fall. So these are some fun ideas. Another activity just for fun is, how many words can you make from celebrate Kwanzaa? You could make up a paper that looks something like this. You can only use each letter once, but there are 4 A's and there are 3 E's, so you could use them. You could use 4 A's in any word or 3 E's, but other letters you could only use just once, like a C, there's only 1 C and there's only 1 B. I hope that this has helped you learn something about Kwanzaa, but I do want to take you back to this book to let you know that this book called Let's Celebrate Kwanzaa is really a wonderful resource if you can get it from your library. It's you can also buy it on Amazon and use Amazon Smile so it benefits CSA. But the book is called Let's Celebrate Kwanzaa, and it's written and illustrated by Ariel Phoenix. So until next week, stay safe, wash your hands, wear your masks, be careful, and know that we love you. And next week will be the beginning of a brand new year, 2021. So it will be fun to think of some fun activities to celebrate New Year's. Take care.